My name's Katie Caldesis.
My name is Giancarlo Caldesis.
And we have two Italian restaurants, one in London, Caldesis in Marylebone, and one in Bray in Berkshire called Caldesis in Campagna.
The cooking that we're doing actually is like my mother used to make. It's very hearty, very rustic, and it's real Italian cooking, and we're very proud of what we do.
The philosophy is like his mother's cooking, and it's family recipes that have been handed down from generation to generation, and then we bring them to London.
It's very important actually to really create a kind of food that is really regional and is really authentic from Italy. I've been here 44 years, and in all these years I managed to, especially later with Katie, we managed to really assemble a real true Italian food, and it's important to create this kind of philosophy of food that people like, and we can recreate Italy back into England.
And we've been travelling all over Italy, and we've written 9 books about Italian cooking now, from regions like Sicily to Rome, Venice, Amalfi and Tuscany. So we've got a huge bank of recipes to follow in our restaurant.
What's really been interesting actually all the years I've been in Marylebone, that when people come to the cafe in Marylebone, they always say it's a piece of Italy. It's so interesting, so nice to see, and so very, very heartwarming to feel that people are experiencing a little bit of Italy in London. And that's really, for me, it's volume, speaks volume. It's amazing, to be honest.
So about 15 years ago, we were asked to show someone how to make pasta, which we did on a Sunday when our restaurant was closed. And then more and more people came to us and said, can you show me how to make pasta? Can you show me how to make focaccia? And so we started teaching people at weekends. And then eventually we opened a cookery school just devoted to Italian food and teaching people how to cook everything to do with Italian cooking. And we've been going 14 years. So today we're here to show you one of our favourite recipes from our latest cookbook, and come into the kitchen and we'll show you. This is our latest cookbook, the Diabetes Weight Loss Cookbook, and it's just out now, and we're going to show you a recipe, a classic Italian recipe that we've taken. It's going to be a pizza, delicious pizza, but we're going to make it in a low-carb way, and Giancarlo will tell you why.
Well, I was diabetic, and this is a perfect pizza for me because it's low in carbs and also hasn't got any gluten, because I'm also gluten intolerant, and all of that is amazing fun to make. Also, I can eat the pizza, it's very tasty, and really, what else can you ask? You eat the pizza, you have a fun to make it, and you feel absolutely good. Hey, that's a winner. It's an amazing recipe to make.
The first part of the book is a little bit about the science, but really clearly explained why it matters how many carbohydrates you eat to prevent diabetes or to reverse diabetes type 2. And after that, we've got over 100 recipes, which are all from around the world, things that we've collected on our travels, and we've made them all low carb. And it's really the way our family eats now. I've kept a stone of weight off, Giancarlo's kept his 3.5 stone off, and our boys love this way of eating too. It gives you loads of energy. It's just a really good way to eat.
It's an amazing sort of change of life. It's a life-changing sort of situation where you can get accustomed to this sort of eating. And quite frankly, I never felt so better in my entire life. I mean, I'm wide awake, more energy, and the whole thing it's incredible, really. And by losing so much weight and feeling so good about myself, I think what a step towards mankind, really.
So now let's start the recipe.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to peel a courgette and grate the courgette while Giancarlo does the rest.
Yes, I've got 150 grams of ground almond, which I put in. Also, I have a pinch of salt, which has to go in. And we also need some Parmigiano, which is here, and I forgot about it. So we got 25 grams of Parmesan, just going in. 1, 2, 3, there we go. And once you put the Parmesan in, you put the courgette.
And the reason I've peeled the courgette, you don't have to at all, you could leave the skin on the courgette, but we want to make it looking as authentic as possible as a pizza base. So if you've got little flecks of dark green in it, it doesn't look so much like the pizza dough, so we like to peel it so that you keep it nice and pale. But up to you, really.
Also, you need 2 eggs, 2 medium eggs. You put them in and you mix it all together, and it will become like a paste, which then we shall put it in a tray and goes into the oven. There you go, 2 eggs, 1 egg, and then the other egg. And you mix all this together, and it'll become like a dough. So you're making a dough, essentially you're making a dough. Because I said, yeah. So there you go, make the dough. Then you put into the tray with some oven paper, and you cook it at 200 degrees centigrade for about 10 minutes.
And this is enough for 2 pizza bases.
So you can see the consistency is not too loose, it's very good to spread, and it's also amazingly good for people like me, which low carb and not gluten whatsoever. So there you go.
So all you have to do is pat this out. And you often find that bases for pizza that are made with vegetables, they use cauliflower. But I've always thought that you can taste the cauliflower. And what I want to taste are the toppings, the lovely salami, there's tomato sauce, the oregano, or anchovies and mozzarella. I don't really want to taste cauliflower in a pizza, so that's why we've gone for courgette in this way.
So the base basically it hasn't got too much intensity, and whatever you put on top, it complements the pizza itself. And for the topping, obviously, you can choose whatever you like. That goes in the oven now, and it'll be just 10 minutes, and the base is cooked. We do 10 minutes because later you have to put the pizza back into the oven to be cooked like a proper pizza. So we shall explain in a second how the second part of the pizza is going to be. While the base is cooking in the oven, now we're going to do the toppings for the pizza. So we have tomato, which is a tomato passata. We have some oregano, a little bit of salt, and olive oil. So we will put some olive oil with the tomato passata, and then we put a bit of a pinch of oregano, and a pinch of salt goes into the tomato passata, and you mix it. Also for the toppings, we have a mozzarella, which later shall tear with your hand. You tear it up and you put it on top. Just go like this, nice and easy, and you put it on top of the pizza.
We've got some salami, we've got some olives, it could be anchovies, toppings of your choice, could be prosciutto, rocket, whatever you fancy.
So now we're going to put the pizza base, once we've done the toppings, put the pizza back into the oven at 240 degrees, and all the toppings will melt, will be cooked fantastically, beautifully, amazingly well. So what else can you ask for? You know, an amazing pizza, which is tasty, beautiful, and it doesn't make you ill like me, having gluten intolerance and all that stuff. What a marvelous pizza you created, Katie. It's just genius, really. I think it's genius.
So the base is ready. Right. Now what we need to do is turn the oven up as hot as it'll go. Ours will go to about 240, but just as hot as it can. So we take it out of the tray here, and then we have to turn the tray upside down and put it back into the oven.
What does happen is as you turn the tray upside down, it creates heat at the bottom and at the top, and that forms like having a pizza oven. So really very interesting. It's a nice way of cooking the pizza, and it cooks very fast. So And now we're gonna do the toppings in the pizza. First thing first, obviously, is the tomato, but not too much, you know, not too much tomato. A couple of spoons will be fine.
A lot of people think you need to cook tomato sauce and it has to have onions, etc. It doesn't. It's just very simple. A tin of tomatoes or passata and a few flavourings. That's it. Shall I put some salami on?
Then we put the mozzarella.
Oh, I like olives too on mine. I've just taken the stone out of a few of them as well.
So you can see there's a job for three, okay? If you've got kids, that's really brilliant.
Well, it's good with children because they can do their own.
Yeah, it's really nice actually. Okay, that goes back into the oven and it takes about 5 minutes and that will be ready. So when the mozzarella is all melted and you see, and then later, when it comes out, put some fresh basil on top and it will be absolutely perfect pizza.
Pizza is ready. Right.
Fantastic. Wow. That's a real pizza, you see. Now, basil.
Yeah, we like to tear the basil on top so that you get a mouthful of basil with the pizza. Yum. Okay.
There we go.
Hungry?
Have a nice pizza.
I will. So this was our recipe for today. Thanks for having us, Chrissy.
Ciao, ciao, ciao.